I think what Henry VIII did for making the Tudors a subject of romantic intrigue for fiction writers and filmmakers throughout history is something, you know, we need to thank him for that, actually. I think that there were always, I mean, kings have always had mistresses, but I think what happened in Henry VIII's reign was so unprecedented. In a sense, he didn't want to have mistresses. He wanted to marry his mistresses. He didn't want to just keep his queen that had been, you know, raised to be a queen. She was from a very illustrious royal family of Spain, and he needed his male heir, but he, you know, I mean, people have described him as a serial monogamist. And in a sense, you know, I think that's not so far from a kind of truth. It's impossible to know. But there was a kind of shift, and I think that there's been a focus on romance from there on in. And I mean, we do have latter-day similarities. There's Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. She married 8 times, and there were all these love triangles. I think there was Eddie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds and Elizabeth Taylor. And then that love triangle morphed into Elizabeth Taylor, Eddie Fisher and Richard Burton. And she married Richard Burton twice. I mean, she's better at it than Henry VIII. And you've got the Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the affairs. You've got Charles and Camilla. I mean, that wouldn't have happened previously, I think. The royalty were expected to have affairs, and I think it's only nowadays that people expect their husbands to be faithful. I know it's a terrible thing to say. I'll be kind of have rotten eggs thrown at me, but I think in the past women really put up and shut up, and I think nowadays there's this focus on adultery because it's become so much more exposed. I think people have been fascinated by love stories and stories of adultery since the days of courtly love. Just think of Lancelot and Guinevere. That's another great love triangle. So it's not really a new thing. It's just something we love to focus on.